All right. Hi guys. I'm Shivani, and I'm gonna be interviewing Juan today.
Hello.
Uh, yeah. Hey Juan, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What do you do outside of D&D?
Oh, I'm just a nerd like everyone else. Uh, my name is Juan Somodevilla Jr. I outside of D&D, I'm electrical technician.
Sick.
I go around and
And
I
when
play with
you
electricity.
when did you first start playing D&D?
Um, that's a trick question for me. I played D&D in a local card shop, not knowing what D&D was. They handed me a character sheet, and I believe the edition was 3.5. And all I remember was they gave me a cleric, or the equivalent of a cleric, and I just watched Lord of the Rings, and I cast the light spell in a horde of zombies, thinking it would do like the movie, and then I got eaten alive. So that's my first D&D experience.
And that's why you should always read your spells.
More like they didn't teach me the mechanics, and they just said, "Here, have a character sheet."
Fair enough. When was this?
Oh, I want to say I was 14, 13, or something like that. I was legit.
Damn. Yeah, you've been in it. Cuz
Yeah.
I started over quarantine. So,
Oh, no, there you go.
yeah. And oh well, this was my next question, and you already answered it. What was the first character you made? And you said it was a cleric.
Well, I never made it. They gave me the character sheet.
Okay, so what was the first character you made
Oh,
then?
my first character was um, in fifth edition, technically, uh, a warlock, uh, wood elf, with delusions of grandeur.
Nice. What kind of patron?
Cthulhu specifically.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
You dive deep right out the gate.
yes. I didn't really understand the full mechanics of stats and hit
Eldritch
points.
horror?
Yeah, I was very much in the idea of Eldritch horror, like the scare tactics of everything over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the choices were the PDF or Cthulhu or whatever Eldritch horror you want to pick from, the devil, or some fey creature that at that time I didn't understand what the Fey Wild was.
Nice.
And as
Yeah,
a
so
as a Christian, I did not want it. I didn't want the devil as my patron, so I was like, I'll go with the squid in the sky.
as someone who isn't a Christian, the devil seems less scary than the squid in the sky. For real, for real.
Yeah.
just, just because I don't have that background.
Yeah. No, it
Out of
was.
pure imagery, the squid in the sky is scarier.
Yeah, well, like here's the thing. I picked Cthulhu, not reading any of the Cthulhu mythos. I know like a little bits and pieces, and certain media lets you give you that stuff. They
Yeah,
don't really explain what that Eldritch
Cthulhu is.
horror is. They don't really explain. They just say it's a big squid thing that is very scary. Which I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
With like
knowing,
lack of context does make Cthulhu not that scary.
yeah, and it doesn't help. Like I think in media they were like sprinkling in a little bit of like uh, the squid monster in the sky with a top hat and a monocle or something like that, like cartoons and stuff like that.
I think that might just be Squidward.
Well, no, well, that too. But also I didn't understand any of the lore in D&D. I didn't know there was the 9 levels. I didn't know there were the material plane and and Mount Celestia and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
As you can
No,
now
that's
hear,
fair.
I know this shit now.
Speaking of knowing your shit, have you like DM'd before, or are you like currently running a campaign?
Yes, on both.
Yeah?
Recently, I am starting up my first technically campaign, part 2 of it.
Hey.
Very much Mad Max end of the world scenario.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, that's what happens when the heroes play with fire and mock the BBEG every session with the sending spell. They just get even. So now they're in the middle of picking up the pieces of society barely left standing.
Ooh, nice. That's where I'm kind of going with my campaign too, is like we're leading up to, you guys don't know it, but we're leading up to the end of the world kind of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope my players don't hear.
Listen we'll cut that in edit. We'll cut that in
edit. Yeah, we'll cut that in edit.
They're going to hear this sooner or later.
Yeah. Do you have any what about like other than D&D? Do you do anything other anything else that you're like creatively involved in? Any other hobbies, sports maybe?
Right now, well, right now I am in the middle of how do I say this? I'm in the middle of a binge right now of collecting models and just building them up.
Ooh,
painting
nice.
them and stuff like that.
What kind of models?
You know, the Gundam variants that I've said to myself, what am I doing to myself? The ones that have a picture of what it looks like and 500 pieces, you have to hot glue everything together.
Oh, wow. That sounds really intricate.
I don't know what I'm doing to myself at this point. I'm staring at one completed figure right now, and I'm just here like, I gotta spray paint you still.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a friend who's like 3D printing all this amazing terrain and tavern sets, and I'm like, you don't have a game going on right now. He's like, so?
Yeah, no, that's a great response. Honestly, that's a great response.
And I'm like, that's so valid. That's so valid.
Listen, if I had a 3D printer, I wouldn't be building this stuff. I'll just print this thing.
Yeah, he like saved up a lot to get a 3D printer so that he could do all of this, and it looks pretty sick.
Shoot, I might have to consider saving up to a 3D printer.
Oh, I would recommend it, especially if you're into like making models and stuff.
Yeah, my second project I'm doing right now, I'm building a D&D table with the TV and everything inside it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the space now since you recently know I moved. And I got a place with a garage and everything, so I got all my power tools ready.
Nice.
I got the wood, the television. It's just setting some time aside and have a second pair of hands to make sure I don't cut my hand.
Yeah, if you want any like additions to it with its like paint and stuff, if you want like little pieces of art installed in it, like let me know. I can cut out little wood pieces and give you little painted wood pieces to put in.
For sure.
Maybe as just additional character, because I love doing little crafts like that.
Oh, for sure. Like trust me, I'm going to make a circular table, and I'm going to, since I know a lot of people are online based nowadays and can't sit together with friends, I'm going to try to get a trolley around the table with a camera that slowly turns around the table so you get the full eye view of what the map and everything looks like.
Nice. That would be so cool.
So yeah, I have stuff. I do stuff besides D&D. It's just
that's sick. That's really sick. Hey, I do like a painting and stuff based on our campaigns and other campaigns that I've watched. Like, it's just D&D is like an endless source of creativity for me.
For sure. I can say this right now. D&D is truly known, or at least to me, is known as an outlet of creativity.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was like really, really like stuck in a rut during college, and when I started playing D&D, I started like painting again, writing again. Like, it was great. It's a different, like, just kind of a wellspring of ideas.
For sure.
Yeah. And speaking of a wellspring of ideas, this is our little podcast. What are you excited about when it finally comes out?
I'll be honest, I'm kind of excited for the memes.
The memes?
I'm really excited for any memes that people just make.
Nice. Yeah.
I love podcast format in general. It's great to listen to when you're like working, or
Yeah.
Don't Be Me, where he's playing with electricity and listening to a complicated podcast about about any D&D campaign or just anything in general. Don't be me. Don't play with electricity like this. Disclaimer: you will die. But
don't do it at home, kids.
just don't play with electricity.
Just don't do it. Okay, not just at home in general.
Yeah, but like I'm really excited what this is going to turn into. I have full trust with our dungeon master. I have full trust in you and in Billy, and just to make this type of world grow and just have a crazy time about it. And I can't wait when the community grows, like just even if it's such a smidget, that you'll just make memes. The memes are dreams for me at this point.
You heard it here, folks. Juan's biggest dream is meme.
Please, people, whoever's listening to this, all I ask is for a tiny crumb of meme material from any of these characters, please. Just a tiny crumb. A morsel, you could say.
Oh, man. That's good. Thanks, Juan.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, excited to hear more from you and more from me and from Billy and from John when our podcast drops soon. So that's a little bit about Juan, our roguish fighter. And thanks all for listening.
And thank you all. When you all have a chance, please check our Patreon.
Yes.
And any extra plugs that we have missed.
Support us. We have an Instagram. We have a Reddit.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Good night, y'all.
Bye-bye, everyone.